You've poured your heart and soul into your business, built up a team, delivered outstanding results, and crushed your goals. But there's one crucial marketing channel many successful business owners struggle with: YouTube. Getting started on YouTube for business owners is hard because of this fundamental disconnect. You might be thinking the biggest struggle is the equipment or the editing, but it's actually something much more fundamental. You decide to pull through and finally make your first couple videos, but then nothing hurts more than putting in so much work into one single video just to see it underperform. This aspect of YouTube can make it much harder to get started compared to other platforms. We are programmed by short form content to expect a ton of engagement right from the start, but just for a second, I want you to ignore the metrics. Don't focus on likes, comments, subscribers, or even return on investment. I know it sounds crazy, right? After working with multiple clients over the past 7 years, helping them build their personal brands and marketing strategies, I've identified 3 key obstacles that hold business owners back and how to overcome them. By overcoming these obstacles, you'll streamline your YouTube journey and unlock a powerful marketing channel to drive sustained growth and create a loyal audience ready to support your business. As a business owner, you have scaled your company by looking at the data, letting it drive the decision making. But when starting a YouTube channel, we must go back to basics. Remember when you first started your business? It was exciting, but also nerve-wracking, new opportunities mixed with the fear of failure. That intense emotional roller coaster is what keeps business owners stuck when getting started or even continuing on YouTube. We now always ask, what is the ROI? While that's a good question, we need to rethink what we're measuring and how we approach the platform. This doesn't mean ignore metrics entirely. Instead, focus on these key metrics first. Number 1, consistency. How many videos am I creating a week? Number 2, value. Will this video help my target audience and strengthen my brand? Number 3, clarity. How clear is my communication in my videos? Simplest yet most overlooked metric is, am I even showing up? You don't just start a business and become successful overnight, right? You already know that success takes time and effort. YouTube is the same. Each video you add to your channel builds a library of undeniable proof of who you are and your expertise. By focusing on these fundamental aspects, you're building a solid base for your YouTube presence. Imagine you walk into a barbershop. You see 2 barbers ready to cut your hair. Barber 1 says, I've been cutting hair for 7 years, but I haven't put up any of my proof yet because I'm new to the area. Barber 2 says, I've been cutting hair for 5 years. Here's videos of my work, including before and afters. Check out my reviews on Google. Would you like a haircut? In that moment, Barber 1 might just be as skilled or even better than Barber 2, but we both know you choose Barber 2 because of the psychological principle called social proof. Starting your YouTube channel feels like moving to a new town with no reviews, even though you've been an expert for years. It's not enough to be great at what you do if no one knows about it. And that's perfectly normal. Focus on consistently showing up and sharing your expertise with your content first. In business, small, consistent efforts add up over time to create significant results, a concept known as compounding. The same principle applies to YouTube. Each video you create adds to your presence and credibility, building trust with your audience. The more content you post, the more trust you build. And that trust leads to the ultimate ROI, loyal fans who become customers. But how do you build this trust and create a loyal following? It all starts with the value you provide. Think about business owners you admire who have built strong brands through consistent, valuable content. They didn't just create content for the sake of it. They ensured every piece brought value to their audience, whether through education, inspiration, or practical tips. Consistent value builds trust and positions you as an authority in your field. Take Gary Vee, for example. He didn't become a marketing guru overnight. He consistently provided valuable insights and advice through his videos, podcasts, and social media posts. By continuously offering value, he built a loyal audience who saw him as the go-to resource. In the same way, your YouTube content should aim to provide real value to your audience. Ask yourself, will this help my target audience and strengthen my brand? This focus on value will help you build a strong, engaging community around your content. However, providing value alone isn't enough if your message isn't clear. We aren't born motivational or influential speakers. These skills develop over time by presenting ourselves to the world. Luckily for us, we don't have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to host events and market them, hoping to speak in front of thousands of people without prior experience. Now we can do it from the comfort of our own office. Each YouTube video is an opportunity to hone your ability to communicate your thoughts clearly and to impact a wider audience. Not only does YouTube help you become a better communicator, but it also enhances your leadership skills. As you constantly create and share content, you learn to articulate your vision, inspire your team, and build stronger connections with both your audience and your employees. This improved clarity in communication translates directly to better leadership, making you more effective in guiding your team towards your business goals. You now have a better understanding of what metrics to look out for when you're starting out. Before you dive into creating content, it's necessary to know the rules of the game. Most people just hit record without a plan, or worse, they record a podcast and figure out what to say as they go. This lack of structure and strategy often leads to the frustration of underperforming content. How are you supposed to win if you don't even know the rules of the game? When creating content, many business owners feel overwhelmed and need help figuring out where to start. This uncertainty leads to hesitation and inaction. Here's a simple breakdown of the steps involved in the content creation process. I'll make sure to cover these more in depth in another video. Number 1 is idea generation. 2, research. 3, outlining. 4, title and thumbnail. 5, scripting and then revising the script. 6, filming. 7, editing. And then number 8, posting. Follow this system to save hours of sitting with analysis paralysis. Each step builds on the previous one, creating a smooth workflow that keeps you focused and productive. This order prevents you from overthinking your content. The most common problem I see, even with my multi-million-dollar CEO clients, is imposter syndrome. It's wild to me how often this comes up with people who have already achieved so much success. During a recent event hosted by my client Mark Moss at his fourth home, the ranch, I was hired to film a 2-day mastermind. The guest list was limited to 20 people. Each guest paid like 4.5 grand. His mastermind brought together some pretty amazing business owners. On the final day of the event, I was exhausted from running around the ranch just filming and just like breaking my back. And as dinner began, I put my camera down and joined the different conversations that were happening. Before the night ended, I was able to connect with one last group of people. This is where I met Sam, the CEO of an underwater robotics company. She told me about the final actions she needed to take to finalize the sale of her company. I was so curious about her story, so I asked what brought her to Mark's mastermind in the first place. This is when she told me about her desire to understand how the social media game works and the part info products play in it. I offered her a 2-hour breakdown session because I knew it would be a long conversation. A few weeks later, when we jumped on a call, we had the chance to catch up. She had been enjoying a lot of traveling and flying her planes. Because she was exiting her company, she didn't have a lot of responsibilities. This was hard on her because she always felt a calling to be working towards something. I started our session by asking some overview questions to know how much she already understood. This way I didn't have to like re-explain anything. I was impressed when she told me she did a lot of research and has a solid understanding of sales and marketing because that was her role in her company. I realized exactly what had been holding her back when she asked, Marlon, do people really pay for information? Like I just tell them what to do? This doesn't make sense to me. What do I have to offer? I know Mark talks about Bitcoin and finance. I like underwater robots and planes. I mean, I could talk about getting into planes, but I don't really have much to talk about. This is where most of us get stuck. We've done a lot of work and we're so nose deep in it that we don't take a step back to look at what we've accomplished. I said, Sam, you've built and sold a company for $60 million. Talk about what you've done, your transformation. And just like that, in the next 20 minutes, we generated over 50 different content ideas based on her personal experiences. This brainstorming was exactly what Sam needed. It showed her true potential of sharing her journey and her expertise. Now, you watching this video, yes, you. When you feel stuck, follow this framework so that you can overcome these mental barriers. If you feel lost or sad, translate it to I don't know what to do next. Feeling lost is a lack of resources and knowledge. If you feel overwhelmed and anxious, translate it to I haven't figured out how to prioritize this. You need to strategize. Strategy is choosing where to use limited resource against unlimited options. To help Sam overcome her feelings of overwhelm, I was there every step of the way as we brought out her experiences and transformed them into one-of-one content ideas. I specialize in helping my clients generate truly unique and valuable content. By using the steps I previously mentioned, you're equipped to set yourself up to win from the start by doing content creation differently. If you want to learn more about how we do this, click the first link below. It's people like Sam who are passionate and driven that I love working with. Most business owners I've met are very kind, generous, and inspirational, but there's one resource they are the most protective of. It's by far the more scarce resource needed to grow a YouTube channel. Because of this, ads are now targeting your time because they know how valuable it is. Offers like, I'll shoot 2 months worth of content in 1 hour, sets unrealistic expectations on the time and effort required to make content, making it seem like it's a side project. Viewing content this way is what keeps YouTube channels from growing and building authority in their niches. I relate content creation to fitness because in many ways they're very similar. Going to the gym once a week isn't going to get you shredded. Someone else can cook your meals and create your workout plans, but at the end of the day, it's you who has to pick up the dumbbell and do the workout, and you have to do it consistently. Once you're consistent, it becomes part of who you are. The goal is to reach a point where it's not that you want to go, but you have to go. You make the time for the work to be done. If you stop, you'll see the consequences of all your hard work reverting back. I know time is your most valuable resource. After years of being in the content game, I finally found the missing piece of the content creation process, helping you buy back your time so that you can focus on scaling your company. That role is a YouTube scriptwriter, also known as a ghostwriter. If you haven't heard of these before, that's okay. Let me ask you this. Who do you think wrote Will Smith's memoir? If you guess Will Smith, you're wrong. There's a reason why Will Smith hired Mark Manson, best-selling author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, to write his memoir. When you hire a ghostwriter, you're not managing them or telling them what to do. You're paying for a specialized knowledge. A ghostwriter can translate your real-life experiences into unique content that sounds like it came from you. They mold themselves into your style and amplify your voice into words. This is how you buy back your time. This is the only way to stay consistent on YouTube as a business owner. Time no longer becomes a constraint. Before you start looking for a ghostwriter, you need to have a few things ready. And if you're not sure where to start, don't worry, a good YouTube script writer will help guide you through the process. First, gather all of your greatest hits. These are your blogs, your podcasts, current YouTube videos, recorded speaking gigs, essentially anything that just came from you. This collection of content forms a foundation for your personal brand and provides a rich resource for creating new material for the ghostwriter. Next, organize all this content into a single source of truth software. It could be Notion, Excel, or whatever tool you prefer. The important thing here is to create what I like to call an autobiography timeline. This timeline is a comprehensive record of all the significant moments in your life, the challenges you've overcome, and the experiences that shaped you into who you are today. Once you have everything in one place, you've effectively cloned yourself. This becomes your second brain, a system that enables others to help you write content that genuinely speaks in your voice. This preparation ensures that your ghostwriter can accurately capture your unique style and messaging. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably want to learn more about how I've created this cloning system for business owners. Click the link in the description below to watch it, and I'll see you there.